GSL 시즌2 코데스.
It's now time for our final match tonight. Losira versus SOS. This is going to be a huge challenge for Losira, but he's already beaten Impact, who was certainly somebody we thought could get out.
I thought he would get out for sure, man. He's been just so good lately, but Losira outplayed him, SOS outplayed him, Impact is gone, Innovation has gone up, and only one more player will join him tonight.
What does SOS have in store for Losira? I will say that Losira is one of these players that does play outside the box.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can compete with SOS and his crazy brain.
You might be right about that. Will SOS, though, get too aggressive? Sometimes you see him try a lot of these adept attacks. They don't do damage, and suddenly he has no army because he's been making adepts that haven't done anything. Losira could kill him in a situation like that for sure, but you have to block all of SOS's early damage to get there. Of course, we don't know for sure that he's only going to do early damage attacks. SOS is one of the fathers of air toss, so we could see something like that. I mean, he might back up. We saw a nice Colossus timing from him as well already tonight. So there's a big range he could do, and Deadwing, always have enjoyed this map for Protoss against Zerg.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Keep in mind, SOS just finished up a series with Innovation not long ago, and it was pretty close. So I think SOS is in good shape. He's definitely eager to try to win a GSL Code S. Maybe this is going to be his season. He's going to have to get through Losira first. Anyways, this is game number 1 in our final best of 3, SOS versus Losira. In the upper right, in the blue, he is
Losira.
And in the bottom right, in the red, he is
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
By the way, SOS is scouting north.
Yeah.
He's going to spot Losira immediately.
By the way, wouldn't it be funny if Losira was sending an Overlord to the left? That would be so funny.
Okay. Yeah, he's sending one to the left.
Sending an Overlord to the left. Does he also not know that there are no horizontal spawns on Deadwing?
Okay, I don't know what's going on with these players today.
Imagine if SOS had sent a probe there to make a Stargate. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say.
He's getting the gateway over here. No second hatchery just yet, although Zerg certainly has enough money. There we go. Second hatch has started. This Overlord is going to the upper left, Artosis.
It is.
Wow.
The only spot that we know SOS cannot be, and of course, already saw this mistake done by Innovation as well, which actually allowed him to scout a proxy from SOS, which may have won him the series. Oh, man.
Let's see if Losira can get lucky somehow with this bad scout.
I don't know.
Okay, link speed has started up here. Meanwhile, Protoss is getting that fast expanding Nexus.
Yeah, he's not doing anything too crazy right now, so this pretty quick speed coming out of Losira before expanding is not going to probably hurt SOS really in any way. Can get the probe off the map, which is kind of nice, I guess. Yeah, we got to wait a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see what the Protoss's exact tech route is going to be. As the Cybernetics Core finishes, it's going to be a Stargate.
This is just very surprising me that on the very first night. This won't happen any of the other nights because all the pro gamers will hear about it by Saturday.
They're going to be getting so much shit for this.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, things like this can occur, but when there's a map like this, where, guys, you might be wondering why is there not horizontal spawns. Maybe this is an okay thing to not realize. Well, first off, we've had this map before. Horizontal spawns weren't allowed back then. Second off, look at that little V, or upside down V, in between the horizontal spawns.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
That's a pretty abusive location.
Yeah, and look where the thirds are. These are things that you cannot allow to occur.
Right.
like, that will favor somebody. If you're Terran, you have your third base, and Protoss has his third base, and you have a siege tank that hits his probes at your third base on his third base. That's not fair. It's not
pretty
fair.
sad.
Yeah, so
So it seems like for this game, SOS hasn't done anything crazy at all. He's just playing a very standard orthodox PvZ here. He's getting his Oracle out. He's starting to make adepts. He didn't proxy anything. He's not hiding any tech.
Losira, on the other hand, is playing just crazily. 2 base with the quickest layer ever made.
Do you think he would Nidus?
Oh, do I think he would? He's already Nidus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think he would Nidus.
It's in his DNA.
Yeah, like I mean, he might have something else completely planned as well. Like, I've seen the craziest things tasteless. Being, you know, being masters on the Korean server will show you all the different things the Chinese Zergs can do, man. Two base lurker. It looks like here it's a Roach Warren. Maybe just speed roaches or something?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if
here's
you
the Oracle's going to come in here and see it. Roach butt. Or, no, I'm sorry, Nidus butt. But there will be many little roach butts going in there.
I was like, wait, roach butt? What are we talking about right now? Yeah, Nidus is
my
going
caster
up.
Tourette's. Well, there's an Overlord in the bottom right. And so...
Yeah, he's killing it.
Oh, my God. But I think...
Oh, man, he's just trying to buy time with the cocoon.
Meanwhile, Lings are hitting the front. The Adepts aren't going to let him in. He needs to start this Nidus. Ah!
It's gonna pop out and be fine.
Okay,
so
here we go.
There's plenty of time there. Oh,
Dropping a changeling here.
He's doing every single thing. You've got to get a probe up there to kill a changeling. Oh, my God. This is crazy.
Oh my God, he just barely started it in time.
This is wild. Oh, man. Okay, a Robo's on the way. He has warp gates, more units heading over here.
He's got some Ravagers coming in.
Oh, God.
All right, get ready. He's come out.
A lot of pylons have been made. Is he going to be able to knock them all down?
Cancels all of them.
Oh, geez. This is actually really hard to hold. He does not have the right units to hold against 4 queens and this many roaches. SOS might just die straight up.
Yeah, this is huge. He's going to get the assimilator. He's going to be in range of hitting all these probes. The workers might need to be evacuated. They are.
An Immortal and a Void Ray on the way. So if he can just buy some time and not lose this Nexus, he can reclaim this area. Even throwing down, okay, a lot of his mana being used.
Yeah, not all of it.
I like what he's doing, like the stasis wards and stuff, so this can't get too deep in there. His army won't die. It can't be really chased down right now. Infestation Pit's on the way, by the way, which is super cool.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going to get that one roach there at the bottom. I think Protoss may have enough, especially with this Immortal. He's going to be able to combat this with ease. Hitting the Mothership core, and it does go down, and that's it.
This was really kind of weird. Now, the Infestation Pit, what is he going to go for with this? Could he be going for Swarm Hosts? It couldn't be a 2-base hive, right? Okay, yeah, it's Swarm Host. That makes much more sense. Swarm Hosts have definitely...
That's not a unit in the game, Artoza. So
well, Solar,
they made a new unit
Solar sure thinks it is. It's definitely gained some popularity again. You know, it goes very well against gateway units. Like, gateway units do not trade so well against this. You can pick off Nexuses rather quickly. You can, you know, if he's going to play like kind of a defensive hit-and-run tactics type of game, the Swarm Host can definitely get some damage done. Oh, especially if he Nidus is down there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Wow, that's cool. That didn't even occur to me when we saw the original Nidus. Yeah, this is actually a great idea.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where he'll go with it, but... Okay, an Observer pops out so he can finally remove all this creep. This looks funny. I like the creep on the Nexus. That's just good graphics. Whoever did that, Blizzard, you did a good job.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Now, keep in mind, Zerg is only just now taking a third base. So he's basically even in bases. So it's still up to Losira to do a lot of damage to SOS, or SOS is just going to get gradually ahead. And the unorthodox tech pattern that we're seeing here from the Zerg is not going to lend itself to a solid late game unless he can do that damage.
Yeah, as long as these things don't die and he can just keep on throwing out locusts throughout the game, Swarm Hosts do a lot of damage. Like, this Nexus has to be canceled.
Yep.
Bye, Nexus. No third base for you. And kill even the probes with it.
Yeah, and this is just so much damage.
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty
just not
crazy.
much you can really do to contest it.
No.
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah, I love that he's actually adding a second Stargate, by the way. Because you can kill locusts before they land, you can pick them up. There's a Hydralisk Den on the way to try to counter these Phoenixes, but the Phoenixes are not a bad counter. You can actually catch the Swarmos. Like, catching Swarmos, they're pretty damn fast now. So
yeah,
if they shoot out their locusts and just turn around, you basically are not going to kill them unless you have something like the Phoenix.
Okay, we got some more road. Get some more swarm hosts out here. And the Hydras are continuing to come into play. Now, he denied the Nexus, but I don't think it was that big of a deal because the Nexus just got remade.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, the Protoss is still teching at a really healthy rate, you know?
Yeah, oh, totally. But, I mean, it was a good move, and if he can continue to make good moves with Swarm Hosts, that's going to be awesome. Can he actually commit them out onto the map again, though? Because now that there are a good amount of Phoenixes, if he tries to walk those across and throw them down, you're going to lose a bunch of them. And that might not be worth it at this point. He could try to Nidus somewhere, though. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, the Nidus is always going to be an option here. I suppose if he has any pressure over there to the front, and then he Niduses the main again, maybe that would be a good way to play it. He also might just try pushing.
Well, he's walking across with the rest of his army guarding the Swarm Host now, so he is going to be able to launch a huge volley of Locusts. This is a lot of Swarm Hosts. He can kill either a lot of tech. If the army cannot engage these Locusts, he has to run from it.
Okay, here we go. But the Phoenixes are coming up here. They might be able to make quick work of these Locusts. Nope, too many of them are landing already. He has to back up. That damage output from the Locust is very scary.
Now, as the Locusts go away, he's going to have to run with the rest of his army or he'll be in a lot of trouble. Trying to target the Nexus, does end up getting it. Great move here by losira.
Grabbing some of these Hydras as he runs away. losira really with some crazy style. Yeah. And he's beating SOS. It's supposed to be the other way around, Artosis. It's supposed to be SOS doing the crazy stuff we haven't seen before, but SOS right now is getting a taste of his own medicine.
Well, he might be able to do something because of these Phoenixes. So that's what we're going to have to watch and keep track of. This is great play, though. Like, against people who are trying to go Immortal, Archon, Zealot, Locusts just eat right through that. You have to retreat against it. Look at this. As they pop up, you have to turn around, and he comes right up, and he's going to be able to cancel this base at minimum.
No, he's going for it.
Oh,
he's
wow.
trying to get on top of these Immortals, but there's an Archon over here soaking up a lot of this damage. He is in range of these pylons. I'm not sure. The Zerg army is sort of thinning out, but I don't think Protoss has enough to actually respond to this. I think SOS is going to lose game one. GG! losira doing the impossible. Wow.
Really,
Sick.
really
that
cool
was
game.
awesome.
To go to base, Nidus that gets scouted, and then, like, it did a little tiny bit of damage, but it really didn't do that much, and go right into Swarm Host.
Look at this guy.
Ooh.
I just imagine a bunch of locusts popping out of losira's hair right now, coming over here and attacking the caster desk.
Well, then all the GSL Codes players are going to have to go home, get a special shampoo, and maybe even get their heads shaved.
That's right.
We do not want locusts running rampant in the Codes.
No, we do not.
That's an embarrassment for the whole school.
They destroy. Okay, guys. Game two. Can losira do it? This would possibly be the biggest upset in the round of 32 GSL if SOS is knocked out. The two-time world champion and the old schooler losira.
Daybreak is coming up next. This is another map where you definitely can see Swarm Host play. What is SOS going to open with? I normally am excited about that, but now I'm excited about losira.
All right, let's do this. In the upper right, in the blue.
losira.
A lot of losira fans down there.
How could you not be? You
course.
fool, Artosis.
Oh
in the bottom left, in the red, he is.
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
A lot of fans for SOS as well. Heard more girl voices for SOS. Make of that what you will.
Oh, guys, it's good to be back here at Code S.
Yeah.
We missed you.
And on the very first day, possibly SOS being eliminated.
Yeah, kind of scary. You know that SOS was not expecting to knock it out of this group today.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's at the point in time where everybody in Code S is really scary, but I mean, SOS is just on that level where you got to assume he would be like, you know, top 8 at least.
At least. I mean, second place against Bjorn. Then what? He lost to Sue in this last one, which was, what, round of 4? So that's pretty crazy. Like, he's in really good shape currently.
This is what makes StarCraft such a good esport, is that the game's been around for so long now, like StarCraft 2. We're getting the same thing that we had in Brood War, where we have like a lot of history with these guys.
Yeah.
We're able to tell these really cool stories.
And with all that history and with all those stories, it's like you have these unbelievable badasses that play this unfathomably hard game against each other.
Yeah.
And you just kind of, the way that they're thinking and wanting to move, and just seeing them crush time and again, it's like, oh my god, SOS, you're so good. But losira, he wants to destroy that. He's like, Tasis, I heard you said I'm only top 32.
Yeah, he's mad. He's about to send some locusts over to this casting desk and blow up our
They'd
structure.
fly right up here.
They would, yeah.
Oh my god. And I would fungal you and burrow movement out of here. Let them have you.
Okay, he's going to try to get this this hatch. It looks like he zoned out the probe before it could identify that there was a third base being taken. Remember that losira went for 2 bases last time. He won that game off of a bungled Nidus push.
Mm-hmm. So well done. Oh, I love that game.
Twilight Council is now being made.
All right, he's not screwing around this time, Taste. His glaives are on the way.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, if you don't have any drones, you can't do that.
His favorite snack is a glazed donut.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's right. Now we've said
that's
everything
what the Adept serves up. Look at him. Can't see the hole in the middle.
Yeah. So the positioning here is also important. The Adept is in between the pylon and the hatch. And, yeah, I mean, SOS really just going for a rush, trying to gimp losira early on.
Wow. Is he going to just cancel the space? Yeah, he's making a new hatchery at the 4th, so he's giving this one up. He's making quite a few lings to be giving this one up.
Yeah, I'm curious about this. A dozen lings here.
Or maybe he's not going to give it up?
Maybe he's just going to take 4 bases and try to hold this off. Okay.
Yeah, he does cancel.
He does take out the drone. And he's making Banes already.
Ooh.
Very interesting tech path.
Yeah, he might try to just bust him. Or he could just decide that he wants to defend against Adept tech with Ling Bane.
Yeah, Banes are a good response to the Adepts. That makes them a little bit more tricky to try to shade all over the place.
Yeah, it looks like he's scouted that there's a Twilight, so he has a pretty good idea of what's going on. And the thing is, you can either try to defend against it with Ling Bane, or you can go into Roaches.
Yeah.
But if you go into Roaches, then it cuts out some of your other tech paths that you could go into. Like, it makes the game a little bit more predictable.
Well, he's now making 16 more lings.
Yeah.
5 Banelings right away. I'm sorry, where are the Banelings being made? I guess they're actually in the natural.
Yeah, I think so.
We don't see where they are, but they're out there, guys. Believe me. There they are.
Okay. Oh, he's going to try.
Almost done.
I think he doesn't want that warping pylon there.
Yeah, it's actually a really easy point that you can counterattack at. SOS has already ditched this location. He has it as 2 Adepts over there in the upper right. So those could shade in and start killing more workers. The Mothership Core has actually spotted this fresh new third base, which, by the way, as far as travel distance goes, is pretty pushable here for SOS.
Especially with this Prism coming out right now, the bases are a little bit disjointed, especially if the Prism goes up to the top area. A Ling denying that third base from being warped in. A probe was over there, and that really slows it down quite a bit.
Evo chamber almost done. The third base is operational. Good deny there by losira. He comes and takes out that probe, so we're not going to see a third base for a little bit, especially with these Adepts moving out and the Warp Prism as well. He's going to try to come right over here. There's 1 Spine, 1 Spore, although it's not done yet. And really, this is a really good catch here. Oh my gosh, it's like watching Innovation in slow-mo with the splits.
Yeah, the Adept splits, they don't look quite as fancy without the stem. The Adept Prism trying to fly around here, find a place to get in. The 2 Adepts from the third base area actually shading up right there.
Very good surface area here with these Adepts. And he's continuing to just hit workers everywhere. Losira is starting to get in a lot of hot water here.
It certainly is. A lot of drones starting to fall, and he doesn't really have the counter to it at the moment. A lot of Lings and Banes on the way, but 8 drones going down. This is not that big of an investment for SOS.
Still hitting this Extractor here. And, of course, he can always pick up when these Banelings come in.
I do have to say, there is not a third Nexus.
Yeah, and as much damage as SOS is doing, he's certainly not growing back at home. In fact, he may just go for a timing here. Oh, no, never mind. I'm sorry. He just made the third Nexus.
Losira has slowed down this third, and it seems like SOS just was not ever able to get it going while he was trying to get all this harassment off. So this is very, very late.
Yeah, I wonder if it's almost too late here. Now, there were 14
Time
drones
will
killed. Yeah. 14 drones were killed. So that's something as well. But I think that losira can still catch up from this position. He also does have easy access to getting his 4th in that little nook base that this Warp Prism's flying over.
That's true. And he's got pretty good creep spread out in front of his, I guess, 3rd is what we'll call it right now. So that's kind of nice. A good amount of sentries have been made, which makes this an even more scary push. You have a bunch of glaive adepts with sentries and an immortal in there. This is something that could kill this hatchery. Oh.
Okay, he's continuing to warp in. But this push is pretty scary. Keep in mind, he was mostly relying on banelings. I mean, force fields can really make that easy engage here.
Oh, God.
Look at that Guardian Shield.
will do nothing. Yeah,
this Guardian Shield's pretty sick, guys.
Yeah, with that Roach, man, was just totally not doing damage.
GG, SOS wins game 2.
Okay. Well, he got a lot of damage done with the Adepts, and you know, he forced to cancel on that 3rd base, made him take this much harder to defend base as well. I guess losira kind of paying for it by not going for Roaches early on. It seems like he wanted to maybe go up with another composition. A lot of Zergs like to go Hydra on this map because Lurkers can be pretty strong defensively.
Sure, yeah.
You know, unfortunately, he took a ton of damage for this choice.
All right, time to make more Niduses, losira. Let's do this.
Yeah. Swarm host time, boys. Newkirk Precinct going to be our last map.
Guys, this is our final game of the night. Either a huge upset and losira moves on, or business as usual as SOS is another step closer to winning a GSL Code S.
It's kind of wild. losira is this close right now after the most disappointing games possibly of his career against Innovation. But here he is. It's a moment to make it happen.
All right, let's go. Game number 3, losira versus SOS. A fight to the round of 16 in the GSL Code S. In the bottom left in the blue.
losira.
And in the bottom right in the red.
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
Look at the wings at the top. Ooh. They got that. Wow. Now you're seeing in portals, guys.
Portals. Speaking of portals, Nidus butt.
Yeah. Will he Nidus again?
I don't think so.
I think the thing is, if he Niduses and then wins, I'm like, well, he's going to lose in the round of 16 then.
Yeah,
well, let's see.
I think that in the round of 16, Terrans are going to pick the hell out of losira if he makes it there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Terrans are going to be wrestling each other for who gets losira in their group.
That's a really good point, Artosis.
But the round of 16 is so far off that I think losira can probably fix a lot of these problems. You know, this is the first group, and this is a round of 32, right? So we have 8 groups. That's 4 weeks of round of 32, and then a week of group selection. So that's at least 5 weeks before you have to play again. A player can be a completely new player in that time.
That's true.
And in fact, I bet you Major will be. He'll have another ID change.
Now, is there going to be any kind of rush here from losira? I mean, one thing about losira, and I think why he was a successful player in the early days of StarCraft 2, is that he's able to think outside the box. He's not just following the meta. He's not just like checking out what other Zergs who might be better than him are doing and then copying that. He really does have his own style, his own approach. It's not quite like you look at somebody like Dark where you're just like, oh my God, you were just like bending the laws of Zerg to get away with what you do. But he's sneaky. He's coy.
Yeah, I totally see what you're saying. he's coy.
He's coy.
Well, against Innovation, he was a coy.
One probe hidden over here to spot for the 3rd base. SOS is trying to survey everything and see if this Zerg does anything out of the ordinary. He needs to react to it immediately.
Have to see exactly when that 3rd base is taken. Such an important thing. Oftentimes it's an all-in if they don't take it too quickly. Or rather, if they just don't take it.
Yeah, if they're just not going to grab it.
Stargate
so he comes
coming
down
up.
here, checks that other base. He's going to then immediately send this probe over here to the upper left.
Yeah.
The Adept is slowly pushing across. I'm sorry, that's the Mothership core is slowly pushing across the map. The Adept is actually back here to defend from these Lings.
Still no full intel. That Mothership core should be able to help out quite a bit with that. See what's going on. Check how much gas is in there. Is there enough gas that there could be a Nidus on the way? No, doesn't look like it.
And it's now zoned out. The Stargate is almost done, so we'll probably see an Oracle here.
Yeah, and losira sees that on the way as well.
The Lings do come up here to take out this one probe that's there to spot.
Okay, so losira literally is just now taking the third. That's a pretty late third base.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit concerned here.
Yeah.
We kept not seeing any crazy tech from Zerg yet, not seeing a hatchery. I'm like, well, you have to do one of these two things.
Yeah, you have to do something with your money. Like, there's no tech. There's not
It's
a
like, no,
bunch
I'm
of
just going to keep
Zerglings.
making hatcheries and Lings and Queens. It's fine.
Okay, so SOS is, like, fine. He's making an Oracle. No one's going to die anytime soon. Unless it's losira, but I would imagine he should be able to hold on to this. Like, he doesn't even have drones at 3 bases right now.
Yeah.
Just 2, so he should be sealed up tight.
Baneling tech here now. Mothership again going to move out on the map. Let's see if he can actually catch anything. And immediately, I think SOS has looked at this and said, I think I could just get a third base. Losira isn't doing anything that dramatic just yet.
No.
We'll see, though, when the Baneling nest gets done if he starts to pump out a lot of Lings. But right now, he's actually very much so focused on drones.
He's getting an evolution chamber, so, like, I guess drops could be a thing. But with the Phoenix and slow Overlords, he's not going to be able to for a while. Just now starting Overlord speed.
And Lucira is actually supply blocked right now. Just gets out of it. Well, I'm sorry, he's basically still blocked. There we go. Nexus on the way. Some more warp-ins coming in.
A drop Overlord is being made somewhere. Oh, okay. It's actually in his natural. And the Overlords don't have speed yet, so
So the Oracle's going to come in here.
Oh, he picks up the Queen? What?
I didn't catch that.
Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, yeah, this is a build that just popped up recently. I think, who did it? It was like Dark or something. You drop Queens on their third while going mass Ling Bane.
Yeah. Okay, I see what he's doing now.
Yeah, this can be very good against these Oracle openings because you don't have like a ton against this to stop Banelings from actually connecting.
And now he's massing up a big ground army over here.
Yeah.
So let's see if SOS can actually hold on to the third. We have one Immortal that's making, but right now it's just these Adepts, and these Lings actually getting a really good surround. Even if some of these Adepts escape, they're going to be so badly bruised.
Yeah, he has to actually give up this base, I think. Oh, that's a great catch.
Oh, very nicely done. But that's what the Queens are here for.
They can
That last
really
Queen.
push back a lot. Look at this. There's no pylons in front of the Nexus, so that is definitely an issue. There's a couple of sentries here, so he can kind of slow some things down. I don't know. I think losira can absolutely kill this third.
This would be a huge upset, guys. The Banelings are coming forward. The force field walls go down. He backs up as he sees that last force field finish. The Queens are hitting this pylon. Cannons now up and running. This Queen just out of range of that cannon.
Oh, that's a lot of sentries that are being warped in. SOS is being extremely patient here, picking off anything he can.
Okay. Wow, he didn't even do the force field there.
Wow,
He's just trying to get rid of these Queens, because then it's just a Ling Bane army.
And the Baneling's coming up now, finally. Will there be a force field going down? Beautifully done. In the meantime, a Baneling drop going into the main.
Really nicely done. 6 probes killed. I thought he was going to get a little bit more. But it seems like he's basically deflected this Queen Ling Bane push over at the front.
Yeah, he really did. Like, I've definitely seen this kill some Protosses recently, but SOS was so calm, so careful about this. I love his building placement, kind of cannon pushing forward, just warping in nothing but sentries right there.
Yeah, you don't normally see cannons at this phase of the game, but he just identified what was happening and was like, all right, double down on getting defense here. There's a Ling drop over here, but I think SOS should be able to take care of this pretty easily.
Yeah, I love that he's even warped in 3 Stalkers. That's enough to stop incoming Baneling drops in the future. You can really target that Overlord super quickly. The double Oracle's still left alive despite that attack. A ton of energy on them, so he's going to get plenty of scouting done still.
These Oracles coming up now, just trying to take out any drones that he can get away with. Yeah, I mean, this is basically we could say that losira is not in a great position. When he tried to do that rush, and it didn't do that much, and SOS was still able to tech through that.
Yeah.
He's in good shape. He's even getting his second Robo Bay. He's going to have an answer for pretty much anything Zerg has on the ground.
Like, he forced him to make a bunch of sentries, but that's something you want early on in PvZ right now anyways. So this has worked out quite well for SOS.
By the way, SOS was very patient with his force fields.
Super patient.
There were these moments where you could see losira was like running in and then trying to run out to bait out the force fields, and losira did not even flinch.
This is somewhere where you see very top-end Protosses really excel beyond all others. Like, remember the rush that Beal did on Echo against Hero?
Yeah.
Where Hero's just sitting there not overcharging for 100 days and 100 nights. It was like,
it's like
I would have used
partying.
every overcharge so many times, but nope, Hero's like, no, I'm just going to sit here. And when you really overcommit, that's when I do it. And SOS just did the same exact thing.
And the Zerg is, of course, hemorrhaging some units, trying to eventually get into that advantageous position. But I mean, talk about this complete and total patience of some of these Protoss players like SOS so far in this game.
Spire is on the way. And Blink is already coming up right now for SOS. This is kind of an interesting thing that's happening a lot right now in this matchup, where you have like a Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager type composition, and then you go into Spire, which kind of forces Blink Stalkers out.
Yeah.
Which actually allows the Banelings to do a lot better. It's like almost counterintuitive because they don't like super counter Stalkers, but this is definitely something that we've been seeing more of, right? You're making a bunch of Stalkers and trying to defend against mutas. You can't quite have the army that counters Ling, Ravager, Baneling as well. You don't have as many Archons and stuff like that. You probably don't have Storm at the moment. So I think that's what losira is probably going to go for, like just a handful of mutas into a massive amount of Banelings with his other ground units.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, man.
All right. Maybe that'll play a role later on.
Yeah.
With those probes being bruised, maybe another Baneling will one day come up there and connect with those workers. So we have 24 more Lings coming out here. Protoss is getting to the point in time where the army composition is terrifying, but as Artosis was saying, he might try to end up using these mutas to force out a bunch of Stalkers. And this is a way that Zerg can play, since Zerg is making all the units from the same source. If they can force the Protoss into a funny-looking tech that doesn't quite exactly counter what the Zerg has, and you go in there and smash the army, then you just see exactly how they're responding and counter that with your units.
These mutas flying in, and this should be enough to trigger a bunch of Stalkers popping out. He did already get Blink, so he's kind of got the counter. The mutas shouldn't do too much damage, but definitely will be annoying. Storm is on the way. He's still making Archons as well. I don't think he's going to make too many Stalkers, to be honest. Look at this. He's just like super prepared for everything.
Well, if you look at the way SOS has been playing this, he's just kind of like, oh, you're going to do that? All right, that's fine. I'm going to stay back here and just counter it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play really safe.
But there are a ton of Banelings out right now. It can be terrifying with this many. If they get the connections, it doesn't matter what you have, because it will just all die. Infestation Pit on the way here as well.
We've got the Hallucinated Phoenix coming through here. It's very important that SOS continues to monitor what the unit comp is from his opponent. Psystorm almost done as well.
Look at the amount of Immortals here.
It's so crazy. And you notice how he's got his army split up.
There's 10
Everything
plus
is
Immortals.
covered. Yeah.
Oh, my God. When you get up to 10 Immortals, that's like, we have to see Broodlords.
Okay, hold up, hold up. Here we go. The Banelings are coming forward. A lot of them getting gunned down by these pylon cannons. The army for Protoss wasn't there. I don't know if that was favorable for Zerg at all.
It was.
He just like hemorrhaged a bunch of his army.
Like, the energy is off of the mothership core, I guess. Or most of it, at least. That's like what it did. You can see
he at least tried to see if he couldn't get over there and do some damage.
Yeah.
What is the deal with these 3 mutas? This is like such an odd number of mutas.
Hey, I think he made a total of 5.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're so hard counters, like, well, I don't know, I'll just fly him around. But already SOS is going towards Tempest, and that's like all he needs to do is get into Tempest. That finishes his comp. Like it's not like 100% beats everything Zerg has comp, but like for this stage of this game, once he gets Tempest in this army, losira doesn't really have anything that kills it.
Okay, here we go. Remember, some of these probes are bruised from earlier on. And he gets in sick. Look at this. complete massacre.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. 18 going down. He's going to want to back up to his own creep area. He has 5 bases right now. He did take that top base, so it's pretty nice, but this army is so scary.
Can losira hold off this attack?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. He's hitting these banelings so hard.
Not exactly sure what occurred there, but with those Archons in the front, you cannot be doing that.
But hey, losira with a really nice counterattack here. A lot of these banelings being shaved off. But this attack over here in the upper right could destroy this expansion.
And some Zealots being warped in very nice spots here to try to slow it down. And Oracle helping out as well. A lot of banelings rolling forward. He cannot hit those Archons, and he hits those Archons.
Oh my God, he connected entirely on top of the Archons.
Yeah.
And this is a giant ball of death. Protoss continues to march forward. So many banelings have been morphed right now. It's all about these banes. But I think that actually SOS can get there in time.
I think so, Taste. There's a plenty amount of force fields going down right now. Those Archons going to be able to suck up so much of this damage. The Banelings trying to connect right now with Immortals. Not that efficient against them either.
Now it's just Lings coming out here, which can basically counter these Immortals.
Wow. Well, losira might be able to clean the rest of this army, but he has lost quite a bit and spent so much money on
Such a weird game.
Banelings.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's it. losira wins.
God.
losira beats SOS.
That's crazy.
Without that extra base and losing all those Immortals and Archons as Techsman reset. What?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. That's so crazy.
That is crazy. I was not expecting that to turn on a dime as it did, but he killed off the economy of his opponent and then killed off the army. And it's like, well, I guess those are the 2 parts of StarCraft, is the economy and the army, and both were gone. Connecting with those Immortals at the end of the day, and like it was so cost inefficient for so long, but he just made like a quadrillion Banelings. And
yeah.
Unless you have unlimited Archons, that's very good.
Man, really good job there by losira. What a crazy upset. What an insane day this is for day 1
I did not expect
of Season 2 of the GSL. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a straightforward day. I thought easy peasy, SOS and Innovation advance. Impact will show some good games, but maybe not be enough. Instead, losira beats SOS. What? And, you know, he beat Impact as well. Let's not forget.
He did, and that was a nice ZVZ series as well. Okay, interview time here with losira.
16강에 진출합니다. 자, 황강우 선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Congratulations, thank
최종적으로
you.
이렇게 돌아왔지만 값진 결실을 만들어냈습니다. 소감 어떠세요?
How do you feel now?
좋네요.
좋죠. 상대
I'm
김유진
very
선수
happy.
어렵지 않으셨어요? 프로토스전 굉장히 성적이 좋으신 것 같아요.
Your opponent was
유진이가 잘하는
SOS.
선수긴
Wasn't that hard for
한데.
you?
네.
프로토스전은 뭐 저만 열심히 하면
네.
뭐 승률이 나온다고 생각했기 때문에
네.
충분히 이길 수 있다고
I admit that
생각했었고
SOS is a great player,
이제 1경기 때
but I have confidence against Protoss.
This is my talking voice. 했거든요.
네.
그래서
I'm very
그걸
good against
생각하고
Protoss.
이제 경기하기
This guy's
전에
got the deepest
네.
voice of any pro gamer ever.
좀 구상했던 빌드가 잘 먹히게 된 게 승리를 하게 된 요인이 아닐까
I didn't know I'd play on
네, 안
Deadwing, so I
그래도
didn't
그
prepare.
데드윙 정말 인상 깊게 봤기 때문에 질문 드리려고 했었어요.
아, 네.
땅굴에 이어서 군단 숙주 그거 정말 열심히 준비하신 빌드였나요?
Since I knew that I'd play on Deadwing, I tried to make a strategy to defeat him there.
아, 머리로 생각했다고만 하시는 게 참 신기합니다. 이연 땅굴.
Did you prepare that Stormhouse build
네.
specifically?
저저전으로 보여주실 때 맞땅굴도 되게 재밌었거든요.
아, 네.
어떠셨어요 그때는?
아 그거는 상대방이 이제
네.
좀 페이크를 잘 넣어서
He says, no, that part was spontaneous.
땅굴이었거든요.
네.
땅굴을 보는 순간
네.
이분도 좀
And he
내석에
says, I enjoy Nidus versus Nidus battles.
자, 오늘 부산에서 올라오셨는데
When I saw his Nidus in my
그냥
base,
돌아왔으면 얼마나 아쉬웠겠어요. 정말 부산에서 올라오시기 힘들지
said, oh,
않으세요?
my opponent must have
어차피
prepared
제가
hard here as
선택한
well.
거기 때문에
네.
뭐그 정도는 제가 감내해야 된다고 생각합니다.
네, 와 부산에서
you came here all the way from Busan.
뿌듯한 결과 가벼운 발걸음으로 돌아갈 수 있게 됐습니다. 자, 조지명 씨 오랜만에 가시는데 이번에는 MVP 한번 돼야죠.
Says, well, I don't really have any choices. Playing in GSL, you have to come to Seoul.
Mecca of esports.
Busan is like at least a 3-hour train ride away, guys.
저희도 기대를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이렇게 코드에스에서
quite a
오랜만에
distance.
팬분들께 아주 재밌는 경기들을 보여주셔서 참 뿌듯한 결과일 것 같은데요.
And Lucira's
각오
talking
부탁드릴게요.
about how he wants to have an easier group in a round of 16. I
경기를
don't know if that's going to happen. Well, this was a pretty stacked group.
했었는데 좋은 경기력 보여드리지 못해서 그게 너무 분했고요. 다음에 또 만나게
I've been
된다면
preparing hard. The matches against
한번
Innovation, though,
진짜 보여드릴 수 있도록
네.
한번 준비해 볼 테니까
I just couldn't do anything
응원해
against him.
주셨으면 좋겠어요.
아, 방금 말씀을 하시는데 이시정 선수와의 테란전 이야기를 하시면서
So
부들부들
I'll be preparing even harder if I meet him in the future.
정말로 아쉬움이
Please
크셨나
support me
봐요.
and cheer for me.
아쉬움이 컸다기보다는 제가
네.
준비한 거를 보여드리지 못했던
Here he
게
says, I can even see how you feel when you mention about Innovation.
그러면 이제 다음에 있을 또
Says it was a
테란전을 다시
huge
한번 기대해 보도록
disappointment
하겠습니다.
that
자,
I
다시 한번 16강
Couldn't show that I really prepared for this match.
네, 이렇게 오늘
Once
두 번째
again,
16강
congratulations.
진출자 황강호
Losira
선수를
did it, man.
만나봤는데요. 32강
Yeah, good on him.
This is our reality.
Especially after just such a tough match against Innovation where he was clearly just heartbroken over his results. To come back and 2-1 Impact, 2-1 SOS, this is basically the worst you can do. Well, I shouldn't say worse, but like, look, 0-2 in the loss and then 2-1, 2-1. He went 4-4 today to get out of this group.
Yeah,
Like this is
barely got out.
Losira scraped and clawed his way into the round of 16, but well deserved because this is a stacked.
This is a
stacked
great.
group.
This is a great twist here for day one of the GSL. Do join us on Saturday afternoon here. That's gonna be Friday night if you're from America. And we got some great players: Rion, Deer, Billowy, Bial.
Yeah, that is a pretty insane group as well. God, all these groups are just crazy nowadays.
Yeah. It's good to be back, guys. It's good to be doing Code S again.
Yeah. It's the best tournament and the best players, the best game, and
Best show,
the best tasteless.
best tasteless for sure.
Top 3 tasteless at least.
I'd say top 2. Easily top 2 tastelesses. That does it, guys. Thank you for joining us. Do not miss out on Saturday. And also, be sure to tune in on... Be sure to tune in to the ASL. That is Sunday night and Tuesday night. That's our Brood War tournament. You got to get ready for Brood War Remastered. You might as well watch the best players in the whole world who are already playing.
Indeed. So, guys, we will see you on Saturday. Make sure you're there, 1 p.m. KST.
전화에는 에너지 에너지라면 다시